Hey guys, so I'm supposed to be studying for a test on Friday, but I don't really feel like doing that, so I'm gonna make this video. Right now it's like middle of fall-ish, going into winter, and it's a proven thing, people like to get into relationships right before winter. Usually the relationship starts around Thanksgiving and it ends either right before Christmas or right before like Valentine's Day-ish time. So this is that point in time. It's a proven thing. Go look it up. They've done studies about it. It's kind of interesting. It's also a thing now to dress like a douchebag. So I thought I'd make a video, 10 ways to know if you're dealing with a douchebag. Thing number 1, if they take longer to get ready than you do and you're a girl, you're probably dealing with a douchebag. Yeah, he's probably looking in the mirror at himself or fixing his hair or, God forbid, doing his makeup. So, steer clear of that. That's probably not a good idea. This next one was a suggestion actually by my roommate. If the guy that you're talking to orders a coffee and it has more whipped cream or milk in it than coffee, probably a douchebag. That same thing goes with like fruity drinks and stuff like that, especially with a coffee. Black is generally the way to go. Unless you know them really well, steer clear. This next one is a personal favorite of mine, and when I say favorite, I mean I hate it with a passion. So recently, everyone's decided that it's a really cool idea to cut up your t-shirts. I just don't understand when they cut the sleeves off to the point where, like, they're basically cutting off the entire side of their shirt. Like, I understand, like, great, you have a six-pack, that's awesome, you want to show it off, great, but there's really no difference between that scrap of clothing that you're wearing and, like, not wearing a shirt. So, I mean, personally, I'd rather you just not wear a shirt if you're gonna wear that, but whatever, do what you want. But it just seems a little ridiculous to me. I mean, really. I didn't find out what snapbacks were until probably a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. So I just think the name of them is stupid. Like, they're hats. Why don't you just call them hats? I don't. And especially when you wear them backwards. The whole point is to wear them forward. They're hats. They shade your head, you know? They block the sun. And if you wear them backwards, they don't do that. So there's literally no point in wearing them except to mess up your hair and make your nasty head all gross and sweaty. And I mean, unless you want that and that's like what you're aiming for, I would say steer clear. Another pet peeve: if you do not use correct grammar on your phone, on Facebook, on email, on whatever, you're probably a douchebag. Use proper grammar, for the love of God, please. Just do it. It's not that hard. It's like 2 more buttons you have to press. Do not abbreviate things. Do not type one letter in replacement for several. Do not just leave out vowels of a word. Those are all bad things. Do not spell a word wrong intentionally. If you spell like, L-Y-K-E, or you spell this, D-I-S, I will punch you in the face, and it will hurt. I'm pretty strong. If a guy texts you past 10, and it's something like, hey, or what you up to, or how you doing, or what you got going on tonight, no. He's not trying to be nice. He's not texting you back from earlier. He's trying to get in your pants. If you want to make it easy for him, go ahead, reply. Say some nice things. Let him know you're there for him. But I can guarantee you, all he cares about is taking his business and putting it in your business, and that's not okay. If he tries to text you again, ignore him. Ignore him until he texts you when it's daytime. If the sun is up, good. That's okay. 6 o'clock in the morning, if your sun's up, good. You're good to go. You text him back. You text him back and you let him know that he is awesome and that you are there. Sun's down. If it's dark outside, do not even pick up your phone. Do not look at the text. Do not be like, oh my God, what is he trying to say with his text message? Just, no. Ignore it. He's saying, I want to get in your pants. And by replying, you are saying, I will let you get in my pants. So unless you want to say that, do not reply. Because he is probably a douchebag. Another way to know if a guy is a douchebag. If he pretends to know a lot about things that he really does not know about, he is probably a douchebag. Recently I had an experience with a young gentleman who gave me a lecture, gave me and my roommate and our mutual friend a lecture on the difference between Scotch, whiskey, and bourbon. This was a long lecture, this was not a short lecture, and although we did not previously know the difference, we now know, and we now cite this difference fairly frequently in a mocking tone. So, don't be that douchebag. Don't be that douchebag. I don't know if this applies to the whole wide world or if this just applies to Austin, Texas, but you can almost immediately tell who's a douchebag here by one of two things. One, do they constantly wear and talk about how much they love pastel colors? Two, do they constantly wear and or talk about how much they love neon colors? If either of the two is true, they're probably a douchebag. Alrighty, so those are pretty much my rants on how to know if a guy's a douchebag. Summary. 1, if he takes a longer time getting ready than you do. 2, if he orders like girly drinks that have like more whipped cream than coffee, probably a douchebag. 3, if he cuts up his shirts so that they're sleeveless. No. Just no. And then wears them when he's not working out. No. No. 4, snapbacks. Those dumb hats that are trucker hats that they just gave a new name to and say stupid things on them. 5, if he pretends to be ghetto and he's not actually from the ghetto, douchebag. 6, if he uses improper grammar anywhere on the internet or on his phone, douchebag. Intentionally uses improper grammar. I can't spell, that's different. 7, if he texts you past 10 with something like, hey, what you up to? Anything like that that is geared to get in your pants or to make you a booty call, douchebag. Douchebag. 8, pretends to be an expert on things he doesn't know about, bad. Bad. Automatically bad. And then talks about those things, bad. Douchebag. 9, enjoys pastels or neon colors of any sort. It's probably definitely a douchebag. Make another video about crazy things girls do, that's cool. Even it out a little bit, you know, but this needed to be made. So, leave comments down below about what you think. I'm just new to this, so I'm just getting started, whatever. Leave interesting things, like the video, favorite it, whatever you gotta do. Subscribe, hey! You know, but yeah, I'll see you guys later. Subscribe, hey!